Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Crypto Day Morning, dated Friday, September the 28th, 2018. My name is Derek. All trades, bets, and of the like within one zone, risk reward. Looking at the Bitcoin chart, definitely choppy to say the least. The only real higher high, you had this move that got above some of these lower ones. Of course, on the more longer term, the 3-day term time frame, and I'll go back to the daily in a bit, it has been just lower high after lower high, with the general area between 6,600 and about 5,900 being successful support. So that being, as I've been talking about, the descending triangle within the Bitcoin price. Back to the daily term time frame again, we see how price action just staying in within this 18, but that came after it broke above the highs, came back to the 18 average of lows, and then quickly, or thereafter anyway, getting and having a small break above such, close to this area of where the previous resistance was. And now we're in the situation, okay, what does this mean? Is it able to hold? Definitely looking at this little area of resistance from around the 15th of September at about 6,500 to be the area, and even the 18 average of lows. That's what it really needs to hold to keep this market from going into the failing situation or showing weakness amongst the 18 average of lows. It's got the potential right now to show strength amongst the 18 average of highs. And of course, it could just break out now, could, if it so desires to do so. The move yesterday had the sell-off occur through the morning, at least on the Eastern time zone. This happened starting at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. As yesterday, the price action broke above the 6,500 and change level, doing so at about 3 p.m. Eastern time, and then having a decent leg higher. Take a look at this on the 15-minute term time frame. The majority of the selling coming at between 5 o'clock through 5:30, and then, or even after 5:30, considering the low was, but yeah, from 5 to 5:30, we'll say. Things of worth note: the decent-sized move. What happened? What preceded it? The failed breakout is what done so. It managed to make a higher high, or higher low rather, from where it broke out from, which is usually the case, but not always. So thus it really didn't complete what I would call the Bart Simpson head formation, because it would have to come down to about here. But as it plays out, you have the low that was established from the move, and then within the couple periods, it rallied from the low of about 65.60 up to about 66.50, so about a 90-point move, about 1.4%. And it's just continuously maintained going sideways. It is now caught up within the 18 average, thus the correctionary move from such a degree. Bullishly, it really needs to hold a higher low from the low that it established if there's going to be any selling. This way, if it does so, it can at least manage to make this 18 flatten out and then get above it to state, yeah, this is a higher low, and that's just where it stands. Now, when you look at this crypto market against all the other coins, let's just quickly take a look at some other coins against the US dollar with the same time frame. First off, Ethereum didn't have the failed breakout before it happened. It just matched the previous resistance from 1,600 hours, but it did break down below the support and just met up within the 18 average. Litecoin, same thing, but it is leaving its 18 average close to its previous lows from this morning, but all the markets sold off at 5 a.m. Well, 4 o'clock it started here, but it did start around 4 o'clock on Bitcoin too from its higher points. This is Dash on the 15-minute time frame, which is consolidating amongst its 18. Same sort of deal as well. EOS did have the sell-off occurring here from 4 o'clock down to about 5:30, but it did it from a high back to its previous level of support, and it too is correcting within its 18 right now. And finally, I'll just put Ripple on the board, which it too from 330 having its fall down to 530 and correcting within the 18 as came up to the 18 average of highs, back down the 18 average of lows, and starting to lift off from there. So it's in a downtrend. It really needs to, in this case, stay at above about 52 and a third cents for this to flatten out, but stay within this band. And yes, so thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.